My family and I just moved into this old house. It's big and beautiful, but also a little creepy. While I was unpacking, I noticed a door in the hallway that wasn't on the blueprint. It was an unassuming door, really old, and made out of the same wood as the rest of the house's trim. But it didn't lead anywhere. I could feel the outline of what used to be a doorstop under the door, but no handle or knob on the other side. And even on the blueprints, there was nothing there. I went to go tell my mom about it, but she just said, don't worry about that. It's just a void. This house has been here for more than 100 years, and some things were added and removed over the decades. But I couldn't help but wonder if there was a room behind that door. A few days later, I was home alone and bored. So I went back to the door to try the handle just in case. And to my surprise, it turned. I walked in and closed the door behind me. The room was completely empty except for a rocking chair in the corner. I thought maybe my mom was right, and it was just a void. So I tried to walk through the wall at the end of the room, but it was solid. Then I noticed the floorboards beneath me. They weren't the same as the rest of the house. These were newer, more modern floorboards. Then I heard a knock. I stopped and listened. It came again. Someone or something was definitely on the other side of that wall. I ran to the door and threw it open, but there was nothing there. I checked the other side of the wall, and there was another door. It looked old and very heavy. I couldn't lift it, so I just left it alone. As I was walking away, I noticed that the clock on the wall was moving backwards. It was going from noon to 11, then 10, then 9, and then I realized, why does it even matter? If that door leads to a different time, could this house have multiple different times in different rooms? How crazy is that? So I went back to the room with the rocking chair and the modern floorboard. I started paying closer attention to the clock on the wall, and it was moving faster now. It was going from 2 in the afternoon to 5, then 6, then 7. I was sitting down wondering what was happening when I saw her. She was sitting in the rocking chair facing me, and she was me. She was wearing the same clothes as me, and she had the same brown hair as me. She was my exact age, and she was looking at me with my same confused expression. But it couldn't be me because I was sitting right here the whole time. And if it wasn't me, then who was it? And before I could even ask her, she stood up and walked toward me. She opened her mouth to say something, but I don't think she realized that she was actually stuck in this room. And I guess I didn't either because I stood up and stepped toward her. I wanted to stop her, to tell her that she was trapped in there. I reached out and touched her shoulder, but as soon as I did, the rocking chair behind her started moving by itself. She turned around and looked at me, eyes wide with fear. And that's when I knew I was the one who was trapped in there. I was the one who was stuck in that room. When she touched me, we switched places. I was still me, but she became whoever she was before. And now she was the one who was locked in that room with no way out. She looked at me and screamed, "Help me." But all I could do was watch as she became a part of the house the way that I was becoming a part of it. At first, it was just my feet, then my legs, then my torso. And I put my hands on the door, but it was too late. It closed. I tried to push it open, but it was no use. It wasn't a door anymore. It was a wall, and I was stuck. All I could do was watch as the clock on the wall moved from 8 p.m. to 9, then 10. The last thing I remember was that rocking chair moving by itself. If you want to hear more scary stories, stay tuned for more content. Thanks for watching.